2012, the ExxonMobil Corporation gave the Peconic Land Trust 2.4 acres of land known as Widow's Hole in Greenport, Long Island. A conservation easement was also gifted to South Old Town and the village of Greenport at the same time to protect this property in perpetuity.
Well, years ago, this was actually a station that was used by Exxon to unload petroleum products. ExxonMobil started this program where they were gifting properties that they didn't have a use for any longer, and Peconic Land Trust actually acquired this. We were the first in the entire country as part of this program. But over the years, it faced a lot of erosion and invasive species issues on the upland, but on the shoreline, lots of erosion, just severe erosion, and that's what we're looking to address with this project.
Peconic Land Trust approached Cornell to help them with creating a management plan for the property originally. And then over several years, so this started back, I believe, in 2015, we went from a management plan to an actual shoreline restoration to try to stem the erosion that was occurring along the shoreline here. It kind of evolved into how can we protect the property from further erosion, at the same time enhancing the habitat value of the site. So Chris Pickerel and myself worked on a plan to create a living shoreline design for this property that hopefully will be able to help the property maintain the beach, increase the habitat value for animals, and also, maintain the aesthetics, the natural aesthetics of the property.
Cornell was significant in developing this living shoreline plan. And then once we had this plan in hand, the Peconic Estuary Program did agree to fund this with $150,000. And then we went straight to the DEC, and they were very excited about it. And they basically looked at it as a great project and a scientific experiment. So we were able to do a lot of unique things on this project.
We had heard that it was an opportunity to help out a really important restoration project with Peconic Land Trust to restore this shoreline to more natural stage. So we decided to help Peconic Land Trust and Cornell out and fund this project and work with them to restore the shoreline and plant the grasses that we're planting here today, and also plant some spartina along the coastal area to protect the shoreline naturally instead of building a hardened structure here that might impact areas nearby and cause more erosion.
We got the contractor all lined up and set with us, and they started bringing sand in, and we quickly graded the beach. And then we just finished yesterday with the contouring and the final look in preparation for today's planting. So right now we're at the end of April. The end of April is the window closes for planting beach grass. So we'll finish off today or possibly even Monday with a little more planting. And then come June, when the cordgrass, the marsh grass is all greened out that we have growing back at the lab, we'll bring that out here, set up other volunteer days, and we'll start planting from the water's edge, mean sea level. We'll tie it in with the existing marsh grass behind us that's here, and we'll plant towards the high tide line. And that between the cobble rock that we have along the shoreline edge and the spartina, the cordgrass, once it gets established, in case of storms, the roots will hold the sand and the stems will knock down some of the wave energy. And then if it surpasses that, we get a storm surge, then the beach grass roots will hopefully help hold this beach front and this dune front. This living shoreline philosophy is really starting to take off in New York, and it's been used up and down the East Coast, and it's really gained a lot of acceptance. So it's low cost, very community friendly, and using volunteers, and it is proven to be very successful.
Well, the upland area will be replanted. We've taken all the invasives out of it. There'll be more of that to be done. We're putting up a nice friendly fence, a 4-foot fence with a pretty gate that will welcome the community. They can also walk along the shoreline, but it's more of a passive recreation preserve. It is not a park, but it's a preserve, and we hope that the community will really enjoy it.
My husband Mark, who owns a fishing vessel Illusion, was coming home to Greenport. We would sit here and watch him actually sail into port. So we have a special kinship to this particular piece of property. It's very much cleaned up from what it was, and it is a big part of the village of Greenport to see it not become some waterfront enterprise, but open land for us all.
So this project is one of the first living shoreline projects in the estuary, and we are proud to be a part of this. We're hoping this project will give others, homeowners, municipalities, a really great example of what you can do to naturally protect your shoreline. It's also going to be very public, open access to the public, so everybody can come down here and enjoy the beauty and the function of this living shoreline.